So I'm back here at the shop today. Winter has come here in Canada finally, and of course everybody knows it gets darker a little bit earlier. So my next step was to mod the Jeep with some lights. So I ordered some Turbo S2 lights off Amazon, and they arrived. So I'm going to show you what I have, and then show you the problem that I'm having. So these are the lights I got. These Turbo S2s. They look like a really nice light. Flood lamp and spot lamp. Lots of cooling fins. A package of 4. And then I got this kit with a 20-inch light bar. Heavy duty. Nice mounts on it. 2 more spotlights. And then the complete wiring harness, which I'm probably not going to use because I have the Jeep harness and switch accessory package on my Jeep already, so we will not be needing this at the moment. So as always, the problem here in Canada, they have a problem with getting Jeep accessories. Everything's out of stock, and hard to get things to come across the border on shipping. So the problem is I got all these nice lights and I can't order a bumper bar or the A-pillar light bracket, so I'm going to have to proceed to make my own today or over the next couple of days, and get these lights mounted on for winter and snow driving here in northern Alberta. So earlier I took my front bumperettes off and got them all cleaned up. Now I'm just going to work with the shorty stubby bumper. So as you can see, the bumperettes are home in the basement. Got them all cleaned up from the Rubicon trail. So I'm going to try to make a bull bar to mount on top of the factory one, because I didn't really like the factory bull bar that goes on top from Dodge Mopar, and there's not a lot of accessory ones. So I got my pipe bender here all benched down twice to the bench. I made my first test bend with 2-inch SKED 40 pipe. I'm not quite on the right angle yet, but as you can see, it's turning out pretty good. So I'm going to complete the angle and figure out how I want to get this mounted so I can get my lights in place and not block the factory headlights. So I just completed my mock-up, my mounting plates and my angles for my bull bar to get started. So I cleared my headlights. So yeah, always make your templates before you start bending so you get the right angles, right measurements. I had to make a minor adjustment in the middle here, shorten it up a bit. My original was a little bit too wide. So the axis should be the center of my 2-inch pipe. So we'll go on to the next step, completing the bend on my 2-inch. Now we got our 2-inch pipe back in there and bent. I'm going to take my pattern and hold it up here, compare angle. This is the very precise point. You want to make sure you're really close, because if you go over the 2-inch pipe, there's no coming back. So it's better to Better to just take a stab at it a little early and then pop it out and check. It looks good on the template. So once you get your angle figured out, mark your pipe where your center of your jack is. See the 2 pinpoints there. So mark that on center for your bend for reference. And what you want to do is come back out here, take a long level, and you want to plumb up your pipe. So you start your bend. That way you know you're always in a good reference point when you take it out. And check it before you make your final. You go all the way to the ground. That way you got a good reference point for a flat surface in your shop. So now that you got your pipe bent, it should roughly look like your template that you made from the start. Always leave yourself a little extra on the bottom because I'm going to tip this ahead forward to match the front of the bumper. So there'll be a slight angle cut on the bottom to match them, to set on them plates. So that's what you're hoping for, if everything looks good. This fender did a nice job. No kinks. Just go slow and gentle when you're doing it, but don't go over the rating. It's for Sked 40, these little jacks, pipe benders, and it seems to do an okay job. Make sure your rollers are free. And here, make sure they're lubed up in the holes. They're clean so they roll and don't bind. And your tool's nice and clean so it don't bind or get a piece of dirt under it. So I got my template, final template cut out for my main mount. On this side. So I should be able to drop my rope sling clevis in behind there. Then this bar is going to tip ahead about an angle like that. So should be lots of clearance. Get my sling in there. Of course this bar is going to be down about another 4 inches. Just enough to get my light bar in the middle, so it's looking good. So always keep fitting and trying your stuff as you go. Don't go too far ahead. Take one step at a time. A good job doesn't come very quick, so next step, cut my plates. So guys, I got my mounting brackets finally finished. Some buffing and grinding. Looks like they should turn out pretty good. Once I get my bar placed, I'll drill another hole, probably right about there to match this one. And then also I'll have a bar that comes out and ties into here when I'm finished. So that should give me lots of strength and lots of places to put lights. So I guess next step is to find my angle for my bull bar and get it welded on. Okay guys, I got the rough fit done, and tacked onto my anchor plates. The little nuts are just spacers there, so I have enough room to get my sling in and out. Just gonna put my cross supports in there for my lights and my end anchors, and a couple more holes in them plates, and should be good. Sandblast and paint. So we spent the day fabbing everything up, fitting it all. It's all tacked. So this is what the new bull bar is going to look like. Of course, it's pretty rough right now. It needs to be removed and all the welds finished, and then the light brackets put on. And then a good paint job. So we missed all the lights. Got good protection on the front for bush and deer. It's that time of season, of course, so we need the extra lights and a deer catcher, just in case. You never know what can happen here in northern Alberta in the winter time, fall. So yeah, we'll get this all pulled off and in the welding, sandblasting and painting, and then put it back on and hook up the lights. Okay guys, got everything all welded up, all sandblasted and ready for some primer. So what I've been using lately is a trim clad rust reformer, which works really good for primer and protection. And then go to a rock guard black. Of course, we're in Canada, so I got this can at the Canadian Tire. So these are the two products I use to finish my steel work. And yeah, we'll go ahead, prime this puppy up, protect it for the evening, and then we'll weld the light brackets on and put the lights on, do the install. Okay, this is first coat of primer, rust protector. A nice flat black trim clad. So we're ready to cut the light brackets tomorrow and get the lights mounted. So I got the lights all wired up, testing on the bumper. They seem like they're going to throw a pretty good light. There's the shop. So as you can see, I did the finish coat, the rock hard on the outside last night, set it up. The lights all mounted. Get my wiring harness tie in. The lights seem to be a good mounting, lots of adjustment. So, I get the Jeep back over here, put this on and wire it up. Show you the final result. So we got the bull bar bumper mounted onto the Jeep. That's the room between the hook and the bar to get the sling in. Anchored down good. The lights, everything's cleared. So there should be lots of protection over the winter in case we have a deer jump out in front of us. So the harness is all run. Pulled up through the cab. Engine compartment, it comes out right about here. Your factory wiring harness for a Jeep toggle switch is right here. It'll be just curled up in a little bunch right here on the harness, just for the fuse block, and right behind the battery and the air box. So now I just got to pick out channel 1 and tie into channel 1 and do a final test on the lights, and then I'd be able to aim them after dark. So got the first lights, auxiliary 1 is the red, and whatever peach colored one is for auxiliary 1 switch. The ground terminal is right there for auxiliary ground, so you don't have to go too far away. So there's the final. The final result. So now I just need it to get dark and find a wall and aim these and do a brightness check. But when you look ahead, it looks like it should be bright enough. You can see it on that other truck there. So far, I would say these Turbo S2s are going to be an okay light. We'll see what the life of them are. So we're back for a final conclusion of the project. Bumper and lights complete. Let's do a profile. See how we ended up here. lots of room between the grill and the lights, and so when I upgrade to the 37s, it should fit everything in there perfect and be a nice match. So that's the front bumper complete. Now I'll work on the A-pillars and walk you through making a pattern on that and completing that project. So if you're liking these videos, I know this is only my second one, but please like, share, and then subscribe. Put any comments down there that might be interested in seeing in the future. But like I mentioned, it's winter here in northern Alberta, so probably won't be much fresh videos until the new year. And so you'll see lots of our trip from last year and maybe some of our JK travels to fill the winter gaps in, but you will not miss out on watching the channel with some of our trips that we've taken and their experiences. And moving forward into 2020 will be a good year. So like, subscribe, and share, and leave some comments. And hopefully we can make the channel better as we grow and continue into 2020. Thank you for watching.